You might know the year 1776. It's kind of an important year. It's the year when the United States gained its independence from Great Britain, but it's also known for something else. The year a secret society known as the Illuminati was founded by a Bavarian law professor. Coincidence? Since then, rumors, speculation, and full-fledged conspiracy theories about the Illuminati have been a consistent part of American life. But more recently, Illuminati talk has resurfaced as a pop culture phenomenon, with many people searching for Illuminati symbols in the work of the entertainment industry's elite artists, people like JayZ, Lady Gaga. So what's the reason for all this Illuminati talk? You've commented a lot on JayZ and how he uses particular types of symbols. You've talked on NPR, you talked about his keen grasp of esoterica.
Yes.
What's going on here?
JayZ has an understanding of the magnetic power of some of these symbols, the pentagram, the eye in the pyramid, the obelisk, and he uses them as an artist, but people spin out all kinds of conspiracy theories from there.
Help me understand that. You talked about the eye, you talked about the obelisk. All of these things are symbols, icons,
yes,
not just of American pop culture now, but historically they've been Egyptological symbols,
That's
the obelisk needle, for example. All of these things are quite interesting. What's the connection?
These things all have deep historical roots, but they were popularized in the modern world by Freemasonry. The Illuminati as an organization existed kind of at the fringe margins of Freemasonry, and they were very attached to these symbols because they believed they communicated something about a universal search for meaning. There were many of the founding fathers, including Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Hancock, who also found these symbols appealing, and they imbued our currency and the design of our capital with some of these symbols. There was a great idealism behind them, not a conspiracy.
So when I'm looking on the back of a dollar bill and I see the Eye of Horus,
Yeah.
I shouldn't assume necessarily that the founding fathers were involved in some deep conspiracy. They may just have found it interesting
Exactly.
to see an all-seeing eye.
Exactly. They commissioned that symbol as part of the National Seal on July 4th, 1776, and it was an attempt to associate the new republic with the other great civilizations of the past, including ancient Egypt.
Here are some lyrics from his recent collaborations. One he did with Rick Ross on the song Freemason, as you just pointed out. JayZ sort of rebuffed the idea that he was a member of these secret organizations. I said I was amazing, not that I'm a Mason. And then on more recent song, Devil is a Lie, on Rick Ross's new album, Mastermind, he says, am I down with the devil because my roof come up missing? Is that Lucifer juice in that 2-cup he's sipping? That's Duce, baby, welcome to the dark side. Sort of speaking to this idea, ironically, to some extent, that his success is being linked to membership in some secret organization as opposed to what everyone else is successful for, you know, hard work and luck and sweat and all those other things. Rahel, what does it mean for someone like JayZ to engage and address those who believe he's part of the Illuminati?
Well, I think that's a good starting point. I think where your question gets at is, why would JayZ do it? And then the other side of that question would be, why do people assume that he's in the Illuminati even when he may not be wearing that identifier? I think a possible response to the question of why he would do it is, I think in hip hop and cultural production in general, you have this obsession and focus on good and evil. I mean, so there are a lot of conversations about morality taking place in hip hop lyrics. So he's writing about these songs inherently in songs that touch on evil. And he references it again when he talked in the song Heaven, when he says that, you know, the Illuminati is a way that in which people try to explain his success. So I think we do have to account for the fact that he's engaging in ethical conversations and moral conversations. He's using references of good and evil, which is what most artists, whether it's in drawing, whether it's in lyricism or in anything, that there is this kind of question of what does it mean to be human and wrestle with the good and evil. But I think what he does is he takes us to another level and says, why are these conspiracies needed to explain my success? And for me, you know, I think there is in some part a racial undertone to this. You know, I think what he's subtly saying is they can't understand how a black boy can amass this much success without explaining it away through the Illuminati.
You know, medication, you know, branding, just like, it's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of, you can go down the whole line. It's a whole web network of things, you know what I mean?